What's up, Soul Tribe? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today.
On horses made of sticks, he wore black and I wore white. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang.
Okay, y'all, so I decided to go ahead and do the second video, especially since I promised you guys 2 video uploads today. I'm sick that I messed up the first video, but again, like I said, it was too much stuff that I did not like about the video. I didn't like my look, the lighting, the background, the angle. I ain't like nothing. I just wasn't looking cute, y'all. And y'all know I be trying my best to look cute. See, now that's something else I'm about to have to crop out. Hold on. Bro, I don't got time for this. I need a setup area. And I just moved my furniture back in, but it's still not set up. I need like an actual table that's at a good setting part. All right, I'm just gonna have to do cheap ass tripod. Okay, guys, so things that I want to talk to you guys about the tarot. I'm gonna try to make this short because last night the video was about 43 minutes long. I know nobody is gonna sit through a video that's that long, so we're gonna get right off into this tarot tea time talk. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about the cards. This is my first deck, you guys. I just bought this deck like a month ago. I'm beating the hell out of it because I stay shuffling it while I meditate. One thing I will say and confirm from other readers that I have listened to on YouTube is that cards are definitely energy. That's why they say that cards do not lie, and that's why they always repeat that they cannot make this shit up, because you cannot. I have pulled cards for many people that I know personally, people's lives who I know, and of course I wasn't sharing that information with anybody, but I just wanted to see, for an example, exactly how accurate the cards can be. And I'm not a professional, but the shit turns out every single time. So what I will say is that when I purchased these from Sacred Sage about a month ago, when I brought them home and unboxed them, I can immediately feel that these cards were different than any other cards I ever touched in my life. And like I said, it's my first deck. If you guys don't know, or this is not familiar to you, then I would tell you that this is the Radiance Rider-Waite deck. And it's like one of the most simplest decks outside of the just regular Rider-Waite deck. But it's one of the most simplest decks, so that's why I chose it as my first deck, because I feel like it has very traditional interpretations as far as the cards go. So outside of it definitely being energy, like I said, when I first opened it, I felt like this jolt of like enlightenment. Like it gave me a feeling. It gave me the same type of feeling that crystals give me. Okay, when I first buy a crystal, I can feel the energy very, very clear, and I can feel the energy on the cards very, very clear. And it was good. And they were heavy, but they were like very silky. They slid through my fingers. Like now they can get sticky, because if I read a certain person or I pull a card for a certain person, then I will notice that when I try to shuffle them again, they will feel sticky, and then I have to cleanse them. So I'm going to tell you guys how I cleanse them for one, and then we just going to hop right off into the breakdown of how these cards go. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And we can do part 2, 3, 4. And as I go, I will keep sharing information with you guys, just in case you guys do actually want to learn how to read tarot cards yourself or interpret tarot cards. So, when you want to cleanse your cards, when you want to clear the energy from your cards, you can smudge them just like you can smudge anything else. You can set them on your windowsill when it's the full moon or the new moon and actually cleanse them that way. Or you can mount crystals on top of them. I use my labradorite, my selenite, and my amethyst, because those are all crown chakra promoting stones to give you clear perception. I think basically all of them promote psychic energy as well. So that's the reason why, so that I can receive downloads as well as just interpreting the general meaning of the cards. Because as you know, a good reader doesn't just go by the traditional meaning. They go off the energy that they feel of the cards. Now, all the cards that I'm holding right now are minor arcana. Now, what minor arcana is basically a card that can be subjected to change due to free will or due to circumstances. So let's say you get a tarot card reading and one of these cards come out, or a few of these cards come out in your reading. That means it's not set in stone yet. There are still things that you can do to change this, whatever the cards are saying is going to happen in the future, because you still have time. The things that come out major arcana, major arcana is technically considered trump cards. So trump cards are things that are universe based. Like basically the universe has a hand in it, it's set in stone, and it's nothing that you can do to change that. So and they're also called heavy hitters too. Like I've heard readers nickname them heavy hitters because of course when you look at those cards, you know that this is going to happen in your life, whether you like it, appreciate it, want it to happen or not. So I'm just going to, instead of me showing you all of these, I guess the simplest breakdown is that it's an element. Each element has a suit that goes with them. So air signs, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, get swords. Okay, so this is swords, just for example. Now this is Eight of Swords, and as you guys can see, this is a woman wearing tattered clothes that is it looks like not swords are all around her, like she's in prison. She's blindfolded, she's loosely tied, but it's self-imposed imprisonment, okay? Because she can easily get out of this, but she's not sure if she wants to. So typically this is indicative of somebody that's in a situation where they say they feel trapped, but they really free to go. Like in a bad relationship where you know your man cheating, or you know your girl not doing you right, but you making it seem like you can't leave, maybe out of obligation or whatever the case is, or because you're just too comfortable, or you don't want to be by yourself. But this is the type of card that will show up in that. When it shows up like this, you've released yourself from that self-imposed prison. So it can have other meanings with other things paired with it, but I'm just giving you guys an example. Okay, so Pentacles go with the element of earth. And Pentacles represent money or tangible things or security and stability. And that's why he's holding 2 coins. Now, in this particular card, the 2 of Pentacles, he's juggling. And that's exactly what it's indicative of. Somebody that's juggling. And it doesn't have to be 2 people, but it can be. It could be work and home, work and family, 2 different jobs, 2 different projects, anything where it's almost making you overwhelmed. You feel like you're doing a juggling act. When it's like this, the person is done juggling. They drop the ball some way, somehow. Cups represent the water of element. The element of water. Cups represent the element of water. And water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, okay? And they are known to be the most intuitive of the zodiacs, right? 2 of Cups is indicative of a union, a partnership, a relationship, a new friendship, a new business partnership. It doesn't matter. But it's of 2 people that look almost identical. So a lot of people use this as a twin flame card, along with Temperance and the Lovers, especially if you see multiple cards showing up that can represent twin flame, then 9 times out of 10 the energy of your reading is indicative of you and your twin flame, whether you know you have them or not. This is indicative of a broken relationship, broken friendship, broken partnership, broken business partnership. So last but not least, Wands. Now, wands represent the element of fire. It also represents passion, action, creativity. This is the 6 of Wands. And as you can see, this guy is high on his horse, right? And what do people basically say about people that's on a high horse? I mean, basically, this is indicative of somebody that has a victory. They get a recognition. They're in the public eye. As you can see, it's people or see or cannot see because it's so blurry to me. It's so blurry to me. But people are celebrating this person on a horse. This can also be a marriage card, minor arcana wise, because of course there is a marriage card with major arcana, which is Hierophant, but I'll get into that at a different time. So basically, this is lacking victory, lacking attention, lacking recognition, which can be at work, in love, or whatever. I don't know if I said what cups represent, but that represents emotion, intuition. It can represent love. So yeah, I already told you guys what pentacles represented, and I don't know if I told you guys what sword mean, but that can mean truth. That can mean truth, thoughts, words. So you'll see it coming up differently, and it just again depends on the cards that are laid around it, where you will be able to decide whether it's talking about somebody's actual thoughts, somebody's actual words, or the truth in a situation. So I'm going to break down all the major arcana. Oh, in addition to them having these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, or it's not a 1, it's just ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They also have pages, knights, queens, and kings, and those are the court cards. And the court cards basically can either represent actual people or energies in your reading. So if there's other people involved in the situation, then you may see a particular card come out, and it might match the element of the person that you're dealing with or people that's in your immediate environment. But at the same time, don't let that trick you too much, because like myself, it is an Aquarius, but I'm motivated and ambitious at this time. People are finding me like more attractive because I'm confident. I'm dipping and diving in alchemy. And so a lot of times I'll show up as the Queen of Wands because she's the go-getter. She's the sexy one. She's the irresistible one. She's passionate about her projects. And right now that's the energy I'm in. So technically I would be the Queen of Swords since I'm an air sign. Like I told you guys, air represents swords, thoughts, truth, words. But so technically, if I was just going by it, then whenever I see the Queen of Swords, I would say that's me. Minor arcana wise, because of course there's a card that represents Aquarius, that's major arcana. So we about to get off into that. So that was minor. These are the major arcana cards, and of course it's a lot less than it is minor arcana. So we're going to start with Temperance. This is Temperance. Temperance to me is the fix-it angel, and to a lot of readers are the fix-it angel. She wants to be fair and equal, just like Libras with their Justice card. But this is a little bit different because I think it's like more, it's hard to describe, but this represents Sagittarius. So this is a Sagittarius card, and as you can see, she's trying to make these cups evenly filled. She has 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water, which means she's grounded and she has emotions. And this comes up when things need to be tempered, things need to be fair, things need to be balanced. So, and then if it's not, then it'll come up in a reverse. But so that's one of the major arcanas. This is the Moon card. The Moon card is represented by Pisces, and some people even, oh, I see a Scorpion here. But I hear everybody say that this is represented by Pisces, but I see a Scorpion there. Sometimes I see a crab in the picture. So really it can be any water sign, because everybody know that the moon is emotion, and water signs are represented by emotion. They're governed by emotion, or however you want to say it. So the moon is feminine energy. The moon is emotion. The moon is indicative of your sixth sense being correct. So any feeling that you have is correct. Also, this can be indicative of secrets, like it happened in the dark and can be illuminated by the sun. But as you can see, the sun is behind the moon. So basically it's saying this is the other side to the sun, where it's darkness. Darkness is casted, secrets need to be illuminated. So basically that's what that means. Secrecy, and the your sixth sense being correct, basically. So whatever you suspecting is what's correct, but probably being held as a secret by the other person involved. This is the Chariot, and the Chariot definitely is represented by Cancer. Now that I know for a fact because I'm a Cancer moon. And as you can see, well, in this car, his horse are laid down, but he's in his vehicle and he's ready to go. So basically, the Chariot represents forward movement. It can represent cross-country travel or relocation, or it can also mean forward movement, relocation, or it can even, like, breaking down to the simplest term, it can even mean, you know, if it comes this way, you having car problems. It can be that simple. Or it can mean that if it's upright, you got a new car. You know what I'm saying? So it's indicative of movements, forward movement, far distance movement, you know, especially if it comes with like the 8 of Wands or something, then people might say, oh, it's distance between y'all because here's the Chariot and the 8 of Wands or something like that, or 3 of Wands or something like that. This is the Empress. Now, Empress is the baddest bitch in the deck. Let me just tell y'all that. She's represented by a woman who is on her shit. She is abundant. She is sitting pretty on her padded throne. Her gown is falling to the ground, and she is pregnant. And typically, if this is not indicative of a woman that's actually and literally pregnant, then it can be indicative of the other woman, a mother figure, or somebody that's pregnant with new ideas. Like, they get a lot of creative, passionate ideas and they put them out there, or they let them stew for months, just like a baby would, and then boom, bam, bye, y'all. Here they come with the ideas. Like, yeah, y'all ain't even know I was about to give birth to new ideas, did y'all? But I did. So that's the Empress. Let me show y'all her again. Baddest bitch in the deck, the Empress. Look at her crown with all of them 5-point stars on it. All that enlightenment around her, you know? Like, she's sitting pretty. She ain't got to do much because her man is the Emperor. The Tower. Ooh. Nobody want to see this shit and they read. Let me just keep it 100. As you can see, the foundation is faulty. And so the shit came crashing down. And typically that's what that means in a reading. If you see this card come up, the negative aspect of it is a relationship that ends abruptly, or something that ends abruptly. Something that you had no warning. It just kind of came crashing down. Now you like, oh shit, what's next? The only way, or the only time a tower shows up and is good news is if it's something like new love that you didn't expect. Like, here you is minding your business at the vegan market. Like, I don't need nobody. I'm single and I'm staying that way. And then you just meet Mr. Right in the next hour over, buying some kombucha right along with your ass. And all of a sudden you in love. Then that's when the tower will be on a more positive note, because love just kind of hit you unexpectedly when you wasn't asking for it, didn't want it, and wasn't expecting it. So it's an unexpected change. Okay. The Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is a very powerful card. And to me, even though there is a High Priest in some decks, this just reminds me of the counterpart of the High Priestess. Basically, this is indicative of establishments, whether that be and big ones like churches, jails, even, I guess, households, especially if you got a family. It's also indicative of commitment and marriage. Some people view this as the marriage card because, as you guys can see, he looks like a priest. He looks like a priest that's getting ready to marry a couple, even though these two niggas got horseshoe ball spots. I don't know why it's two men. It should be a man and a woman, because it looks almost like he getting somebody married. And this is the marriage card. As you can see, it's two keys, like lock and key on that ass, right? So yeah, that's what the Hierophant means. And this is like non-traditional commitments, if it's like this. Or that you broke out of an establishment, like you maybe possibly freed from jail, or quit a job, or left a family business, something of that nature. The Lovers. Let me say that shit again for y'all in my best voice. The Lovers. So the Lovers can also be looked at as a twin flame card, because as you can see, they looking kind of like Adam and Eve, like the first loves of the world, right? I'm trying to figure out if this is the same couple that's on the Devil's card, but I don't know. But basically, the Lovers, people want to see the Lovers in their reading, but at the same time, the Lovers can have some negative meanings, like a lover outside of your relationship, or that your partner found a better love outside of you, or that somebody got to make a decision, and 9 times out of 10 that decision involves 2 different people to choose from. So yeah, depending on what cards are around it, the meaning can definitely change. Depending on the energy that's on the card, the interpretation can definitely change, and that's why it's good to be enlightened when you are reading these things. So the next one is one of my favorite cards, and that is the Fool. And as y'all can see, this Fool is just, man, he got his back to the world. He's standing on a cliff. He ready to take a leap of faith. And this is a 0 card. Why? Because it's a new beginning, boo. It's a new beginning. Like, he getting ready to take a leap of faith in a new direction. And he has faith that when he step off this cliff, that the ground will rise up to meet his feet. Like, that's how much faith he has in this new beginning. He is happy. He ain't think about nothing. You hear me? He got little or nothing packed, a flower in his hand for his new love, and he just sun gazing, like, with his little loyal friend behind him. He packed little or nothing, but he ready to move forward. And 9 times out of 10, that's to a very exciting new beginning. Okay. The Emperor. Y'all see him? The Emperor is the king of all kings. I don't know any man that wouldn't want to be the emperor. The kings govern their own, what do you call it? The kings govern their own kingdom, but he is the king of all kingdoms. He's viewed as an older man, but if he is coming up in a reading where a younger man is involved, then 9 times out of 10, that man is very either successful, a business owner, a CEO, or an entrepreneur. But 9 times out of 10, this comes up as an older male, a father figure, somebody that is in charge, has to be in charge, wants to always be in control and in charge. This way, he abusing his power. And damn, I ain't been telling y'all the elements, but normally this is represented by Aries or Taurus. So if you got an Aries or Taurus in your life and this comes up and you like, oh yeah, that's definitely them. This is the Aries card, the Fool. This is a Gemini card, of course, because it's twins there. This is a Taurus card, of course, because it's order. This is a Scorpio card. This is a Libra and Taurus card. This is a Cancer card, which I already told you guys. This can represent all 3 of the water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. And this is a Sagittarius card. So now that I got that out the way, let me continue. Ooh, and last but not least, ooh, the Star card, my card, represented by the sign of Aquarius. So this is the Aquarius card. If you see this, then you might be messing with an Aquarius, okay? As you can see, she is the water bearer. She has, again, 1 foot in the water and 1 on land. This can be looked at as a guiding light. This is a big wish card. Major arcana, wishes come true, popularity, fame, healing. Like, it's all things good. Like, the star don't represent nothing but goodness. If it's in the reverse, that means you need to heal. That means you probably depressed. That means your wishes ain't coming true. So you always want to see the star upright, just like this, okay? Aquarius. So this is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is the psychic, the major intuitive, like the all-knowing, all-seeing priestess. The B and the J in this card represent beauty and joy, not the other BJ. So get your mind out the gutter. But as you can see, she has the moon because intuition and secrets are at her feet. And the answers to all of those secrets are right here in this book that she keeping nice and neatly tucked off into her garments, okay? Because she know it all and she ain't telling you shit. Next, the sun. Oh my God, I just want to sing again when I see the sun. The sun. Yes, so the sun represents the ultimate happiness, fun, newness as represented by the baby, truth and authenticity, standing in your truth, bearing all is why the baby is naked. The sun shining on your situation. It can even be indicative of somebody bringing new life into this world, especially with this baby being here, especially if it's surrounded by the Empress, the Six of Cups, other children-based cards. So, happiness, false impressions, sadness, lack of clarity. Judgment. Dun, 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 dun. These people heard the call to judgment and they rose about their coffins like, oh, is it time to go to heaven now? This card comes up when a judgment call is being made or needs to be made. I think maybe this is when it needs to be made and somebody is trying to avoid making a judgment call. But this is basically the call to judgment. So I don't know, like it just depends. Like if you pick up on certain things like this cross, it can be something medical. It just depends. You just have to look at the card and see what sticks out the most to you. But right now, these red wings are sticking out, and I know red is indicative of the root chakra, and that cross is also sticking out to me. So, and maybe this enlightenment around the head is sticking out as well to me, as well as the zombies rising up out their coffins. So they didn't miss the call. They didn't miss it. Strength. Oh, dang. I don't even know what card judgment, what sign judgment represents. But I know that strength is represented by Leo, obviously, because there's a lion in the card. And basically strength is just that. Like, it's just a simple interpretation with this. I mean, strength definitely means something you being strong about, something you are strong about, your strength, your actual strength, or you just trying to be strong in a situation where it's kind of hard to be strong. You taming yourself. Here is just a lack of you taming yourself, a lack of strength, or somebody is your weakness, or something is your weakness. It just depends on what the cards are paired with. The Devil. You see that same couple that was happy to meet each other. Oh, man. There. Are now chained together in toxicity. She is wearing the forbidden fruit from her devil tail, and he has all this passion for the forbidden fruit. So this can come up. This represents toxicity, addictions, bad habits, poor behavior, just if somebody being a straight up devil, like, or you viewing them as a devil. It can definitely mean temptation, obviously, because the forbidden fruit is tempting, and this man got a whole lot of passion for that forbidden fruit. So it can honestly come up when, you know, somebody having an affair, honestly, or when you just bound to something that's not healthy for you, an unhealthy attachment. This is not temptation, that you may have thought it was temptation, but it's the real thing, or coming out of toxicity, or letting go of an unhealthy attachment. The World. Can y'all see that? The World. The World. Oh, this is represented by Capricorn too. But the World is represented by fixed signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurians. And the world can definitely represent the ending of a cycle, the ending of a cycle in the beginning, an old cycle in the beginning of a new one. It can represent things coming full circle, or it can represent a relationship that is going to be strong from both ends and all angles and all dimensions, like a relationship that's going to be built to last. So this means a cycle is not over with, or to one of the parties involved is not over with, that they still feel like they have unfinished business with their ex, which a lot of people do, but y'all need to learn. Separate and detach, okay? Stop being attached to shit that ain't working out. The Hangman. Now, this is another enlightenment card. This is another card that can be viewed as a spiritual card because of that enlightening around the head. But the Hangman is definitely a person that has a decision to make as well, and they're just kind of hanging in suspense because they don't want to make that decision. Normally when it's like this, they are out of suspense, or they have already made that decision. So this is the Magician. Now in the upright, this motherfucker got all the tools that they need to manifest what it is that they want in life, and they always do, and they always will. This is a one card. Sorry, excuse me. This is a one card indicating beginnings, and you can also manifest new beginnings. This can also show up as the Alchemist. In reverse, excuse me. In reverse, this can definitely come out as somebody that's practicing black magic, especially if it's paired with something like the Devil card, or somebody that's very manipulative, or they're manipulating a situation to happen in their favor, which is also indicative of magic. Magic. Now, when y'all see me shuffle like this, that's called a pre-shuffle. And that's just what you do to put your energy on a card, get it feeling good. See, a question wanted to come out. The Queen of Wands did. And I wasn't even barely meditating or concentrating, but the Queen of Wands came out just like I told y'all. She been coming out for me lately because of my drive and my ambition lately. So basically, this is what's called a pre-shuffle, and that's just something to get your energy on the cards, get to start the meditation of the cards. And then there's the Casino Shuffle, which is just like any other shuffle, but the really cool readers know how to make it ruffle downwards and then back up. I'm not there yet, so trying to get there, ain't there yet. Okay, so I think that that's pretty much all I have to share about my knowledge with tarot cards. There's different spreads, of course, once I actually get the spreads down packed. Like right now, I'm either just doing freestyle, because you can do freestyle a lot. The person I said is near and dear to me that wanted me to do this, definitely said that it's no wrong way to play tarot, and I've heard that before from an actual professional reader, so I believe him when he say it. And it's like I'm just playing. Let me stop being a Tatiana. But what else I wanted to say? I think that was it. Basically, it's no wrong way to play, but for right now, I just been doing 3 card spreads, which is past, present, future. I'm trying to graduate up to the 5 card spreads, or I just been freestyling, and I just meditate, pre-shuffle, and let cards fly out, and I will read them that way. But practice makes perfect, so that's what I'm trying to do. I cut this video under 20 minutes when it was 43 minutes yesterday, y'all. I am so proud of myself. Till next time, love you guys. Bye.